Hello, my name is Daniel Kirkendall. I'm the Associate Minister at Forsyth Church of Christ, and I'm here to bring you a word of encouragement for this week. In 2 Timothy chapter 3, verse 16 and 17, we read that all Scripture is God-breathed. It's used for teaching and rebuking and correcting and training in righteousness. And you know, the Bible is a story. It's a story from beginning to end about how God created us, how God instructed us and still instructs us, how He guides us to this very day. He guides us in ways that we can make decisions and how we can treat the people around us. And then, of course, it tells us that God saves us. And so this story that's from beginning to end helps us see the world in a different way from people who don't know Jesus and who don't believe in God. It provides a complete perspective of human life, of humanity in general, of purpose and meaning in our own lives. It also tells us how the physical world and the spiritual world intertwine. Not only do they intertwine, but they don't compete or conflict. They actually support and complement one another. And this is the meaning of life, and we see that throughout Scripture. And so as we familiarize ourselves with Scripture and with what the Bible has to tell us, we understand that it's not just a rule book. It's not just a story about some guy that lived a long time ago. It's not a story about just history, but rather it's a complete, exhaustive story that tells us who we are, why we're here, what we're supposed to do, and where we're going to go one day. And I hope that you find that encouraging and hopeful instead of you feel like it puts a lot of pressure on you, because it's supposed to do the opposite of that. And as we read through the Bible and we see what Jesus has to say to us, what God has done for us in our own lives, I hope that you can see how God is working in your life to this very day to make it so that you can one day go to heaven and be with Him forever. All Scripture is God-breathed, and it's useful in everything that we do. That's what 2 Timothy chapter 3, verse 16 and 17 is trying to tell us. Thank you for being here and listening. This is a word of encouragement for this week.